Mic check, check, check. Justin Hunte, it's all happening. Big shout out to Nas for his big Grammy win. The Queen's legend took home Best Rap Album for King's Disease, which was released through Mass Appeal. This is Godson's first ever Grammy Award, despite being nominated 14 times, which feels like an odd statement to make considering the reverence hip-hop has had for his catalog. You mean to tell me the guy who made Illmatic, It Was Written, Life Is Good, has never won a Grammy Award? Word? In this week's episode of What's the Headline, Ambrosia for Heads, Reggie Williams, and Jake Paine did a great job of contextualizing Nas's win within the confines of Grammy Rap history.
And I'll just say for people, in 1994, when Illmatic dropped, there was no Best Album category. The Best Album category was voted in that year, and then it started in 1995. And so it's not like Illmatic got passed up, but what I thought was interesting is that year, Illmatic didn't even have any nominations. That to me is insane that, in a year where, pretty much universally, everyone saw that as a massive moment. It wasn't being declared in real time the greatest album of all time, but it was definitely something that, shifted the culture. It leaked. Everyone had it. I think they released it earlier than they had wanted to because of that. It was one of the first albums with like that many superstar producers all on one project. Nas, because of Live at the Barbecue in 1991, was already heralded as like the next one. So there was a lot of hype and anticipation about it, and it was a true moment that delivered on it. So it was shocking to me that it didn't have a nomination. That year, Queen Latifah won Best Rap Solo Performance for UNITY, and then Salt and Pepper won Best Rap Group Performance for None of Your Business.
Great points made. The culture is consistently critical of the Grammys. I mean, who could forget Macklemore's infamous win over Kendrick Lamar when the Recording Academy selected The Heist over Good Kid, Mad City? Whenever the Grammys roll around, Macklemore's name is always trending in the wrong direction. But this is one of the years where the Grammys' Best Rap Album nominees felt correct to me. Along with Nas, D Smoke was nominated for Bad Habits, Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist were nominated for Alfredo, Jay Electronica's A Written Testimony, and Royce da 5'9's The Allegory all received recognition from the Recording Academy. It doesn't get more hip-hop than that list of nominees. So in that sense, the Grammys got it right. But did Nas win the award based on the merits of this release? Was King's Disease really Best Album, or was Nas's career being honored more than this project? Here's Reggie's take.
I think that for years, the Grammys have been known to, well, now they're giving official Lifetime Achievement Awards, but a lot of times, albums that they awarded or songs they awarded the Grammy to were seen as kind of make-ups for, past mistakes. They were more Lifetime Achievement type awards. And so when you look at King's Disease, you and I talked about it when it first dropped. We dedicated a podcast to it, the vast majority of the podcast to it. I think that it's one of Nas's most cohesive albums. He's always been criticized for his beats, and that's the only thing. So with the exception of Illmatic and a couple others, I don't know that he's had wall-to-wall consistency, but this one I thought was very consistent sonically. Then on top of that, I thought there were some real noteworthy bangers. We put a bunch of joints on the AFH playlist. The reunion with The Firm, his pairing with Anderson .Paak, and you love the Charlie Wilson joint.
Cardi 5, yeah.
Cardi 5. I love Ultra Black. I know that wasn't one of your favorites, but it grew on me. I think there are noteworthy tracks that people will go back to when they revisit his catalog, years from now. Mm-hmm. And so I do believe that it stands, and I just had this discussion with someone else. I think it's in his top 6 albums. Okay. I can't declare it top 5, but I could see someone putting it in top 5, and I might even on a certain day. So within his catalog, I think it stands up. But this year, I just listened to Alfredo again today, and I gotta say, as good as it is, I slept on it when it first came out. It is just a phenomenal album. It's like wall-to-wall bangers. Royce, The Allegory, you've said many times is your album of the year in 2021.
2020, yeah.
Or 2020, yeah. D Smoke, you liked more so than I did.
Yeah.
And then Jay Elect and Jay Z, you know, we both had that on our top, you know, top list for 2020 as well. I don't know that King's Disease is better than, you know, 3 out of those albums that I just named.
I feel you, Reggie, and I agree. King's Disease is a strong album in 2020. It's mid for Nas's catalog, and it definitely trails behind The Allegory, A Written Testimony, and Alfredo, in my opinion. I didn't even list King's Disease as one of my top 9 albums of 2020. If you missed that article, punch yourself in the face. It's currently on Revolt, links in description. But there are 2 takeaways here that should not be overlooked. 1, the Grammys got it right with their Best Rap Album nominees, and 2, all of hip-hop should be celebrating Nas and happy for his win. Congratulations, Godson. You deserve it because you earned it. I'm Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel, follow @TheCompanyMan on everything, and as always, it's all happening.